Have you ever looked at your calendar and thought, how am I this busy but still feel behind? You are like moving all day, working, mothering, cleaning, answering messages, running errands, managing appointments, taking care of everybody's needs, trying to show up for God, trying to build something, trying to be healthy. Oh my God. Trying to keep the house together, trying to keep your peace, and somehow, even after doing so much, your life still feels out of order. You are tired, not productive, not the productive tired, you're just tired. Your calendar is full, but your priorities feel neglected. Your routine exists in your head, but it does not always show up in your day. You keep saying certain things matter to you, but when you look at your actual time, those things barely have space. That is why this week we are doing a time and routine inventory, because your calendar tells the truth about what has been accounted for, not what you meant to do, not what you planned to do, not what you said mattered. Your calendar shows what actually has room. And girlfriend, this is not about guilt. It's never about guilt, okay? It's not about shaming yourself either. I don't do the shaming yourself for being busy. This is about becoming honest enough to see where your time is going, what keeps breaking your routine, and what needs structure in this season of your life. Hey, girlfriend, welcome back. For those who are new here, my name is Kobe K, and this is I Hope Pray Love. Here we believe in faith, structure, accountability, and honest reset. I help women account for what matters so they can stop living scattered, overwhelmed, disconnected, and out of rhythm. This week's theme is time and routine inventory. We are talking about scattered schedules, inconsistent routines, and the gap between what women say matters and what their calendar actually reflects. And I want you to hear this clearly. You are not lazy because your routine keeps breaking. You are not failing because your schedule feels scattered. You are not a bad woman, a bad mother, or a bad believer because your calendar does not look like the version of life you keep imagining in your head. But you do need to take inventory, because sometimes your life is not in order because you do not care. No, that's not it. Sometimes your life is out of order because your time has not been accounted for. Today, we are going to talk about four things: why busyness does not always equal alignment, what your calendar is actually revealing, why does your routine keep breaking, and how to create a simple 7-day time and routine reset that fits your real life. Before we get into it, download the Life Inventory Checklist. The link is in the description. This week, I want you to complete the time and routine sections. Not perfectly, but honestly, because your calendar tells the truth about what has been accounted for. Busy does not mean aligned. So let's start there. A lot of women confuse being busy with being aligned because your day is full. You assume you are making progress, right? Because you are tired, you assume you were productive. Because people needed you, you assume that the day mattered. And listen, some of it did matter, right? Taking care of your family, showing up for work, doing what needs to be done, that matters. Serving people matters. But busyness can still hide disorder. You can be busy and still not be moving in the direction you say you want to go. You can be busy and still not have time with God. You can be busy and still neglect your body. You can be busy and still have no real rest. You can be busy and still avoid the thing God told you to build. And still feel disconnected from yourself. You feel me? That is why busyness is not always the best measure of faithfulness. Sometimes we are busy because we are responsible. And sometimes we are busy because life is demanding. But let's be real. Sometimes we are busy because we have not set boundaries. Sometimes we busy because we have not assigned our time. We keep letting urgent things overrule important things. Yeah. And we are avoiding the quiet space where we have to face what is really going on. Psalm 90, verse 12 says, "Teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom." This one has been sticking with me lately. And that scripture does not just speak to time management, it speaks to stewardship. Because your time is not just something to fill, it is something to account for. And if you do not account for it, your time will be claimed by whatever is loudest: the phone, the inbox, the last minute request. Um, let's talk about the person who needs something, like they need it right now. The scrolling on Facebook, on TikTok, and Instagram, the overthinking, the errands, the emotional weights, the undone list. And at the end of the day, you feel busy but not settled. You did a lot, but you did not necessarily live aligned. That is why we need time inventory, like for real. So, your calendar tells the truth. Let's sit with the message for this week. Your calendar reflects what has been accounted for. Now, that can feel a little uncomfortable because many of us say things like, my faith matters, my health matters, my marriage matters. Yeah. We say all this stuff matters, right? We say our children matters, peace matters, my purpose matters. We talk about how our business matters, how our rest matters, how our home matters. We say things like, my personal growth matters. And I believe you. I believe me. But the question is, not only what do I say matters, the question is, does my calendar reflect that it matters? If your faith matters, is there space for God? Like, if your health matters, is there time for movement, for meals, for water, for rest and recovery? If your peace matters, is there a margin in your schedule? You know what I'm saying? Like, if your family matters, is there a protected presence? Not just task management. Like, are you present with your family? Are you there with them? Are you showing up for your kids? If your purpose matters, is there time assigned to build it? If your routine matters, are they realistic enough for you to repeat? You know, it becomes a system. And it's not like perfection, you know, it's evidence though. Your calendar is evidence. Your time shows what has been assigned, protected, neglected, and left to chance. And a lot of us are frustrated because we keep leaving our priorities to chance. We say, I'll pray when I have time. I'll work out when things slow down just a little bit. I'll rest after everything is done. I'll work on my business when I get a free moment. Or I'll organize my house when I feel motivated. I'll spend time with God when I am not so tired. But time does not usually open itself up. You have to assign it. Just like every dollar has a place. Not in a rigid, controlling, unrealistic way, though, but in a way that honors what you say matters. Because if everything else gets a place on your calendar except your faith, your peace, your body, your rest, and your purpose, then your life will keep feeling full but out of order. Now let's talk about routines, because many women think the problem is that they are inconsistent. That's me. I really felt just inconsistent. But sometimes the routine is the problem, not you, the routine. Some routines break because they were not built for your real life. They were built for your ideal life. The life where you wake up fully rested and the kids cooperate. You know what I'm saying? The baby sleeps. For instance, I'm trying to do this video and this baby right here, like when work is calm, your house is quiet, your emotions are regulated, your calendar is predictable. Nobody interrupts you. And you have like what 2 4 hours to do your morning routine with coffee and worship and music and Bible study and journaling and stretching and skincare and a peaceful breakfast. That sounds so nice. But if that is not your real life, then building your routine around that version of your life is going to keep frustrating you. Yeah. A routine that requires perfect conditions is not a routine. No, girlfriend. Mm-mm. It is a fantasy. Real routines need to survive real life. Think about diets. Oh my God. They need to survive your tired mornings, your interruptions. They need to survive motherhood. They need to survive work. They need to survive low energy days, travel, appointments, emotions, and unexpected changes. That does not mean your routine has to be small forever, but it does mean your starting routine needs to be repeatable. System. It needs to be a system. A repeatable routine is better than an impressive one. A 5 minute prayer rhythm you can actually do is better than a 1 hour routine you keep avoiding. A 10-minute cleanup every evening is better than waiting for the perfect day to clean the whole house deep. A simple meal plan is better than trying to cook like a lifestyle influencer when you are already exhausted. And a 15-minute walk is better than waiting for the perfect workout plan. A 2 sentence journal entry is better than not checking with yourself at all. Routine inventory helps you ask, what routine keeps breaking? Why does it keep breaking? Is the routine realistic? Is it assigned to a real time? Does it have too many steps? Does it require energy I do not currently have? Does it support my life, or does it add stress to me? You know what I'm saying? That matters, because a routine should serve you. It should not. Now, when you've completed the time section of the life inventory checklist, I want you to look for time leaks. A time leak is anything that quietly drains your time without giving meaningful value back. It may be scrolling, it may be overthinking, it may be constantly checking your phone, it may be saying yes too quickly. Um, let's see, it may be conversations that go nowhere, right? It may be poor planning, uh, decision fatigue. Well, let's think of other things. Running errands inefficiently. It may be not preparing the night before. It may be letting every request become urgent. It may be avoiding a task until it becomes stressful. Time leaks do not always look dramatic, though. Sometimes it is just 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes over there. And by the end of the day, the time you needed for prayer, rest, movement, planning, or purpose is gone. Then there are routine breakers. Routine breakers are the things that keep interrupting the rhythms you are trying to build. Some routine breakers are external, such as children. These children keep trying to get in my video. Work schedule, appointments, unexpected tasks, family needs, military life, commute, sickness, events. But some routine breakers are internal. Yeah. Perfectionism. All or nothing thinking, lack of preparation, unclear priorities, trying to do too much. These are like your internal things that I'm talking about right now. I'm starting too big, emotional exhaustion, avoidance, guilt, comparison. Yeah. When your routine breaks, do not just say I failed. No, don't do that. Ask what broke it. That is inventory. You are not judging yourself. You are locating the issue. Because once you locate the issue, you can adjust the system. A time inventory is an honest review of where your time is going and whether it reflects what matters most. It asks questions like, what is taking most of my time right now? What keeps getting pushed to the bottom? What do I keep saying matters but have not assigned time to? Where am I wasting time? That's a big one. Like, my God. Where am I overcommitted? Where do I need margin? What needs to be removed, reduced, delegated, or scheduled? What part of my calendar reflects survival but not alignment? And, girlfriend, this is not about controlling every minute of your life. This is about telling the truth, okay? Because if your schedule is full of everything except what restores, strengthens, and aligns, then your calendar needs attention. Again, no guilt, just inventory. A routine inventory is an honest review of the rhythms that are currently supporting you or failing you. It asks what routines are working, what routines keep breaking, um, what routines do I need in this season? What time of day do I have the most control over? What time of day is the most chaotic? What can I prepare in advance? What can I simplify? What am I making too complicated? What is one routine I can repeat for the next 7 days? Um, You do not need 10 new routines, okay? You may only need one anchor routine. An anchor routine is one simple rhythm that helps your day feel more grounded. For example, a 5 minute prayer before touching your phone, a 10-minute evening reset before bed, a Sunday calendar review, um, a simple morning checklist, like a lunch break walk, a nightly kitchen reset. We do like a nightly, like we clean up the house at night. A 15-minute planning block, a 30-minute business focus block. One anchor routine can create momentum. One stable rhythm can make your life feel less scattered. Now let's walk through a simple 7 day reset. This is not about changing your whole life in 1 week, okay? That's not gonna happen. This is about choosing one area of your time and one routine to account for. So, day one, you will track the truth. Look at your last 7 days. Where did your time actually go? Not where you wish it went, okay? But where did it go? Look at work, family, phone use, errands, rest, chores, faith, health, and purpose. Ask yourself, what had the most space? What had no space at all? What surprised me? And then pray. God, help me see my time honestly. Show me what has been accounted for and what has been neglected. Okay, day two. Identify the gap. The gap is the space between what you say matters and what your calendar reflects. Ask, what do I keep saying matters? That's so important. And then, does my calendar show that? And then, what area feels most neglected right now? Faith, health, rest, family, presence, home, purpose, peace. And then pray, God, show me the gap between my intentions and my actual rhythms. Help me respond with wisdom and not shame. Day three, name the time leaks. Identify what is quietly draining your time. Is it scrolling, overthinking, disorganization, Too many yeses. Unplanned errands, late night habits, lack of preparation. Write down your top three. Then choose one to reduce this week. And then pray. God, help me steward my time with clarity. Show me where I am losing time and how to reclaim it with discipline and grace. Day four, choose one anchor routine. Do not overhaul everything, okay? Choose one simple routine that would bring the most relief right now. Maybe it is a morning prayer rhythm, a 10-minute evening reset, a Sunday planning session, a nightly prep routine, a 15-minute movement routine, a daily checklist, but just choose one, okay? And then you pray. God, help me build a rhythm that supports my real life. Give me structure that brings peace and not stress. So, day five, make it realistic. Now, simplify the routine. Ask, can I do this on a tired day? Can I do this if the kids interrupt me? Can I do this if work is heavy? Can I do this in 10 minutes or less? What is the smallest version? The smallest version matters because that is the version you can return to. And then you pray, God, teach me how to start small and stay faithful. Help me stop despising small beginnings. Sorry about that. And then day six, put it on the calendar. A routine is more likely to happen when it has a place. Assign your anchor routine to a real time, not sometime tomorrow. Choose the time before work, after dinner, before bed, during lunch, after school drop off, before the house wakes up. Put it somewhere. And then you pray. God, help me honor what matters by giving it space. Teach me to account for my time with wisdom. Day seven, review and adjust. At the end of the week, you review. Did the routine work? What got in the way? What needs to change? What is too complicated? Was the timing wrong? Do I need support? Do I need to prepare something ahead of time? Do not quit just because it was not perfect. Adjust it. That is how routines become sustainable. Okay? And then you pray, God, help me adjust without shame. Show me how to build rhythms that support the woman you are helping me become. Girlfriend, hear me clearly. You do not need a perfect schedule. You need an honest one, though. Okay? You need a schedule that tells the truth. You need a rhythm that fits your life, structure that supports your peace, not stress that makes you feel like you are always behind. You do not need to become the woman with the perfect morning routine. You need to become the woman who accounts for what matters. That may look like 5 minutes with God, or it may look like reviewing your calendar every Sunday. It may look like blocking time for rest and recovery. It may look like deleting something from your schedule. It may look like saying no or preparing the night before, you know. It may look like accepting that this season requires a simpler rhythm. And that is not failure, that is wisdom. Your life may feel busy because a lot is happening. But if it still feels out of order, it may be time to take inventory. Look at your calendar, look at your routines, look at what keeps getting pushed aside, look at what keeps draining your time, and look at what you keep saying matters but never actually schedule. Not to shame yourself. I keep telling you this over and over. It's not to shame yourself, but it is to tell the truth because your calendar tells the truth about what has been accounted for. And once you see the truth, you can make a faithful adjustment, not a dramatic overhaul, not a stress-filled reset, but a faithful adjustment. One rhythm, one time block, one boundary. one routine, one step toward a life that reflects what matters. Before you go, download the life inventory checklist using the link in the description. This week, complete the time and routine sections. Look honestly at where your time is going. Identify what keeps breaking your routines. Choose one anchor routine for the next 7 days, and remember, you cannot reset what you have not accounted for. I thank God for the gift of time. May He help us steward our days with wisdom, honesty, and grace. Show us where our calendars are full, but our lives feel out of order. Reveal what has been draining our time, breaking our routines, and pulling us away from what matters. May He help us build rhythms that fit our real lives and honor Him. May He teach us to start small, adjust without shame, and account for what really matters. All of this in Jesus' name. Girlfriend, your calendar tells the truth about what has been accounted for. This week, do not downplay yourself. Take inventory. Download the life inventory checklist, complete the time and routine sections, and choose one simple rhythm to rebuild. I will see you in the next video. I love you. Bye.